They say genius is a gift. I disagree. I was born in Ulm, Germany on March 14th, 1879. The doctor told her my head was too large and too strange. My first words came late. My teachers thought I was mentally. One professor told my father directly, "Your son will never amount to anything. He asks too many questions and answers none of them correctly." I failed my first university entrance exam. After I finally graduated, I couldn't find a single academic job. I spent 2 years
unemployed, writing letters to every professor in Europe. Not one of them replied. I ended up working at a patent.
While I reviewed these inventions during the day, it was in my spare time that I developed the theory of relativity. The world is very good at ignoring what it doesn't yet understand. And no one understood that better than my guest tonight. The world is very good at ignoring what it doesn't yet understand. And no one understood that better than my guest tonight.
He was born in a lightning storm dorm, which, looking back, seems entirely appropriate.
Entire books from memory. He designed the electrical system that powers your phone, your lights, your hospitals, your
cities right now as you listen to me. He held over 300 patents. I predict the widespread adoption of wireless communication and a global network of information exchange. Internet.
Give the entire world free energy, and the world's response was to demolish his tower, steal his patents, and let him die. Alone in a hotel room with nothing but unpaid bills and a few pigeons he considered his only friends. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who was robbed of everything except his genius.
Thank you, Albert. Though I must say, Tone, introducing me after talking about pigeons is not exactly the entrance I imagined.
You love those pigeons, Nicola. Everyone knows the story.
I loved one pigeon in particular. A white female with gray tips on her wings.
You love those pigeons, Nicola. Everyone knows the story.
I loved one pigeon in particular, a white female with gray tips on her wings. I loved her as a man loves a woman. When she died, I knew my life's work was finished. Something went out of my life that I cannot describe.
Something went out of my life that I cannot describe.
We will come back to that. But first, I want to start at the beginning. Because I think your beginning explains everything that came after.
You were born in 1856 in Smiljan, a tiny village in Serbia. Your father a priest, your mother unable to read or write. Tell me about your childhood.
My father wanted me to become a priest like him. But from the time I was very young, I was consumed by machines and electricity. I built my first water wheel at age 5, from nothing but sticks and
stones from the river. But the moment that changed everything, I was 7 years old. I was petting our cat, a black cat named Machak, in the dark. And I saw sparks flying from his fur. I
asked my father, "What is this fire?" He said it was electricity, the same as lightning in the sky. I stood there for a long time, staring at those sparks. And I made a decision that I would spend my life understanding and mastering that force.
You were 7 years old, and you chose your life's mission.